the United Kingdom Firefighters National Memorial. And this memorial was rededicated and unveiled on the 16th of September 2003 by the Princess Royal, better known as Princess Anne. Originally this memorial was unveiled by Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth, Queen Mother, Tom's former boss, on the 4th of May 1991. Okay, this is all mainly to do with the Blitz, and as Winston Churchill said, the heroes with grimy faces, in honour and memory of those firefighters who gave their lives in the defence of the nation, 1939 to 1945. Okay, well, of course, we all know what was going on then. Now, why is this memorial here? Well, perhaps because of the building behind it, or in front of it, depending where you're standing, I suppose. Of course, that is the southern side to St. Paul's Cathedral. St. Paul's Cathedral, the views of it do have protected status, and if you Google something like St. Paul's protected views, I think there's 11 or 13 of them that basically encircle St. Paul's from a distance of a few miles here and there, depend, and those views are protected, and buildings are not allowed to be built in such a way as to obstruct those views. So it's 11 or 13 protected views, so it's not the entire circle. Anyway, and of course there is some significance to St. Paul's and all of that during the Second World War, and of course a lot of bombs fell in this area, to say the least. A lot of damage. One did actually penetrate the roof of St. Paul's, but apparently it didn't. Well, it might have exploded, but it wasn't a major explosion, and that might be because it rested against, there's some very large abutments and they're very thick concrete, and I suppose something like that, if a bomb were to explode against it, that sort of concrete, that the width of that concrete would have taken a lot of the absorbed a lot of the impact from that bomb. So because I do remember there was a big hole in the floor, and so I think the bomb might have gone off, but it didn't really do as much damage as it could have done. I think that's where it was. Hey, but it's on Google, isn't it? Anyway, that's St. Paul's. Oh, you can see some people right at the top of it. Do you know, I don't think I've ever been to the top of that viewing balcony up there. I don't think I've ever been there. I've been in St. Paul's a few times, but either maybe because when I went in, maybe that was closed, or maybe it was an extra, whatever it was back then, and I couldn't afford it. I don't know. But yeah, and if you go to a place like St. Paul's, it's probably best to sort of go early, just in case you kind of don't really like it. And it's a shame when people go to something like this at, say, 3 in the afternoon, and they just run out of time because they enjoyed it, more than what they thought. St. Paul's has a bit of a military theme to it, whereas Westminster Abbey will be a bit more civilian. Lots of people, even to this day, are entitled to get married at St. Paul's, but I think it's always with some military connection. This, of course, is where Charles and Diana got married, and it is said that William and Kate, particularly Kate, didn't want to get married here at St. Paul's because of the fact that William's father, Prince Charles, had got married to Princess Diana. I've heard that a few times, and that explains why William and Kate got married at Westminster Abbey. Charles and Diana got married here. Winston Churchill's funeral service is here, so it'll be that sort of major event. I think Thatcher, her memorial service is here. When the Queen and Prince Philip have their memorial services, I'm guessing they're going to be here, I would think. This is, I guess as about as significant as it gets, really. Nelson's buried here, Wellington's buried here, military people, where you get people, say, like the scientists, the poets, the scholars, the adventurers, like people like Stephen Hawking just a couple of months ago, they're at Westminster Abbey. So it's different. Anyway, so if you do go here and you're not sure if you're going to like it or not, do go in here early. Don't know what time it opens. Lisa came in here for a service. They do have services here, and when the service is here, you know, it's free to go in. But then, of course, when the service is over, you know, they try and kick you out. So I don't know if you could hide in the loo or something. Not sure about that. But anyway, all right, bye. Oh, quick thing. If you turn around 180 degrees, that's the Millenium Bridge straight there, and directly the other side of it is Tate Britain. You can actually see it, right? You can see what it says up there. Something, art from around the world. And so that's Tate Britain there, and the Millenium Bridge is a pedestrian bridge. You can see people kind of going across it there. Okay, and say it's right here, and it's right short distance from St. Paul's. Okay, bye.